Remember when you were a kid and you thought there were monsters in your closet, so you hid underneath the covers thinking it would keep you safe? Well, your covers just got ripped off of your bed.
Starting October 1st, the Austin Police Department is urging people to use 311 instead of 911 when it comes to reporting crimes that are no longer in process, when the suspect is no longer on scene, or when there is no immediate threat to life or property.
It seems like that would be almost unheard of. This would be something we would have never dreamed to happen in a prosperous city such as Austin, where taxes are high, where the public expects to be safe.
Charlie Wilkeson, the executive director of the Combined Law Enforcement Association of Texas, says this notice from APD is concerning to see.
If you're not going to come to that call. Think about just how it would feel to make that call and to be told, well, this is not a real 911 emergency.
According to APD, this is the result of a recent review of their COVID mitigation protocol, the current staffing shortage, as well as alignment with the Reimagining Public Safety Task Force recommendations. The police department has struggled with staffing issues, even going as far as pulling officers from specialized units onto patrols.
I've said for years that relying on the government to keep you safe is just not smart. Now that police departments across the country are now dealing with massive budget cuts and don't have the personnel to handle crime around the country, relying on the government to keep you safe is flat out stupid. And anyone pushing to further restrict gun rights in this country is just evil. Whether you like it or not, the only person responsible for your safety is you. The police are simply added value. People have this misconception that the government's main goal is to keep you safe. Their main goal is to control as much of the people as possible and then keep most of them safe. You are just a number to the government. They will sacrifice you in a heartbeat if it means saving more people than you. If I'm going to be honest, I get it. You can't sacrifice the whole country to save one person. That would be lunacy. That means if someone is breaking into your home while you're there and there's a violent riot going on, they're going to prioritize that violent riot over your safety. That doesn't even factor in the money component. Austin Police Department literally said the staffing shortages and inability to respond to non-life-threatening 911 calls is a direct result of the Austin City Council's defunding of the APD last year, cutting $150 million of its budget and other changes that were implemented affecting how the department operates. So if there's no money, you get no protection. And that doesn't even factor the legal component. In 2005, the Supreme Court ruled that the police do not have a constitutional duty to protect persons from harm, even if it was a woman who had obtained a court-issued protective order against a violent husband, making an arrest mandatory for a violation. Even if you have a police department working at full capacity, it's still virtually impossible for them to keep everyone safe. People seemingly think that when you're born, you automatically have a cop assigned to you who's responsible for your personal protection. Last year, I literally had a guy banging on my front door trying to get into my house. I called the police and told them what was going on. They could hear the dude banging on my door, and yet it took 30 minutes for the police to get there. Keep in mind, I was armed, so I called the cops to protect him, not me. I don't blame the police for taking that long. That's just the reality. There just aren't enough cops. Now imagine having to wait on a cop when someone was already in your home. At that point, them getting there in 5 minutes isn't fast enough. As the saying goes, when seconds count, police are always a minute away. I've said all that to say this. In a world where police departments don't have enough personnel, the last thing we want to do is make it harder for good people to get guns so that they can defend themselves. The wealthy can always hire private security. For crying out loud, Mark Zuckerberg has a 24-hour rotating security detail while the rest of us are depending on police departments who don't have enough manpower to respond to burglaries. And it'll just get worse from here, considering the state of the country and the outlook of a lot of people in this country and the way that they view police. That said, get a gun, get training, get more training, and protect the Second Amendment. It's literally all you got. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and hit the bell and subscribe button. If you're looking for where to purchase your Defund Gun Control shirts, hats, and drinkware, there's a link in the description section of this video.